I just finished installing this beautiful new windscreen. Let me show you how I did it. Hello again and welcome back to Ruby the Elite. And today we've got the new Slipstreamer windshield. We're going to go ahead and get it installed on the Elite 250. So far I've taken the windshield out, which I already showed you. Also in the box, looks like there is one sheet for instructions and this little baggie here along with the rest of the parts inside this big bag. I'll go ahead and take these out just to get them ready for installation. Not sure yet where they go. And I will also open up the parts bag and just go ahead and get everything on my workbench here so we make sure that we have everything before we get started. I didn't see any kind of parts list telling me what I'm supposed to get. I'm assuming it's in this bag. And when I open it up, there is only parts in here. I'll check the box. Well, after looking everywhere, I could find no parts breakdown. That's a little disappointing. I always like to make sure I have everything before I get started, but none to be found. We're going to start with C though, and you can see it shows you exactly in what order to install these rods right onto the windshield. You take this piece of plastic, put the washer on it, and very simply take the other side along with the rod and screw it down. Now I did do it on this side. I will show you exactly on the other side. So you can see the hole is right there. Taking this piece through the outside of the windshield. Put the rod through the other piece that screws on. And it can only go one way. And hand screw it down. Now these two rods are ready for the brackets. On the other side of the instruction sheet, it tells you word for word what you need to do in order to install the windshield. It starts off with the mirror removal. Now I've already went ahead and removed both of my mirrors. It's just a couple of Allen bolts, one on each mirror that hold those in. Number 2 was the front plate removal. I didn't have to worry about this either because my bike didn't come with one of those nice nifty plates. Wish it did, but it didn't. So number 3, windscreen application. Place long end of L bracket under mirror towards rider at approximately a 45-degree angle and retighten the mirror bolts. It took me a few moments in order to get my bearings with these because it really doesn't tell you which one to use for which side of the bike. It only says a 45-degree angle. So I'm going to show you which way these need to be installed just to save you some time. Here is a visual of step D on the instructions, showing you the Allen bolt along with the star washers on the mirror mount. And this is right where the rods are going to go through. Make sure yours is installed just as mine is. And leave it a bit loose just to make it easy to get the rods and everything put in place. Kind of helps with the installation if everything's loose. Looking back at our instructions, we did already perform A, B, and C. Let's go ahead and move on with letter D, which was inserting the 7-centimeter long bolt and 1/4-inch washer through the bottom holes of the shield and screw into the cowling holes. Make sure to do not over tighten. And let me stress, do not over tighten unless you want it to crack. Once you put the two bottom cowl bolts in, I don't know, about halfway or so, it will allow you to put the rods in place into the brackets, getting everything where it needs to be, and then you can go ahead and tighten everything down all at once. Just as so. These are already hand tightened at the top, and on the bottom there is a couple of set screws that hold the rods in place. There also were some turning ones, but didn't decide to use those. Those set screws go one right there and one right there. I didn't really see a need to be able to remove or move these rods once they were put where they needed to be. But everything is nice and tight. And as you can see, those 45-degree brackets can only be put in one place. Very nice material used. The installation's all done, folks. Very simple. Using my directions, it'll be even easier for you to visually see exactly how it all goes together. Rather than looking only at the instructions, I thought this might help. The first thing that I opened when I was going through all the accessories or parts were these little sleeves. I couldn't find anywhere else to install them, so I figured it made the most sense to cut down on vibration to put them around the cowl bolts. Now, if these were intended for something else, there wasn't anything in the instructions letting me know. So that's where they ended up on my bike. I guess going forward, if this is wrong, I'm sure you'll all let me know. The last thing in the instructions I wanted to definitely go over was how to maintain it. You'd be best suited going to Slipstreamer's website. There you can purchase a cleaner polish as well as a Slipstreamer scratch remover. And I'm sure there's other things they can recommend as well. And even on this instructions, they tell you can use a mild detergent or even lukewarm water to maintain. Just make sure that you don't use anything abrasive. And that's going to do it for these instructions. I really hope this tutorial cuts down on your time for installation and answers any questions you might have had about the installation of this windscreen. Thank you, and I'll see you soon.